Okay, so let's go ahead and prove the derivative for arc cosine of x or cosine inverse of x today. Okay, very good. So the claim is that if f of x is equal to arc cosine x, I'll just use cosine inverse. I know that's what the majority of you are going to be familiar with, so let's just use that. Okay, that f prime of x is going to be equal to negative 1 over the square root of 1 minus x squared. Okay. All right. So let's prove this. And in order to prove it, I'm going to be using the Pythagorean theorem, implicit differentiation, and of course necessarily the chain rule. I'll also be using the derivative of cosine of x. Okay, so this, if you think about it, this is the angle, f of x is the angle, okay, whose cosine is equal to x. And cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. Okay. Okay, good. Now, by the Pythagorean theorem, if this is 1 and this is x, this side here will be equal to the square root of 1 minus x squared. Okay. Very good. Now, we know that f of x equals cosine inverse of x. This is the same thing as cosine of f of x is equal to x. Same thing, okay? Okay, very good. Now, I am going to be using the following derivatives that we have proven in past videos, so feel free to access those if you so desire. d dx of cosine x is equal to negative sine of x. Okay, so we have indeed proven that statement, and we're going to be using that today. We also know that d dx of f of g of x is equal to f prime of g of x times g prime of x. Okay, otherwise known as a chain rule. And we have, of course, a proof of that up. Okay. Good. So using implicit differentiation, which is basically just an application of the chain rule, we're going to take the derivative of both sides with respect to x. So the derivative of cosine of f of x is negative sine of f of x, the derivative of the outer function at the inner function, which is what we have here, multiplied by the derivative of the inner function, which is just f prime of x. Okay, the derivative of x with respect to x is 1. Okay, so we know therefore that, therefore that f prime of x, dividing both sides by negative sine of f of x, is equal to 1 over negative sine of the quantity f of x. Okay, good. Okay, good. So we are just about done because we can see that the sine of f of x is simply going to be the square root of 1 minus x squared over 1, or simply the square root of 1 minus x squared. So good. So we have here f prime of x is equal to 1 over negative square root of 1 minus x squared. Of course, we can think about that as negative 1 over the square root of 1 minus x squared. Not so bad. Okay. Hopefully you found this video helpful. We want to understand why mathematics works, not simply how it works. Please leave your questions, comments, and concerns. We always appreciate recommendations for future content. Have a great rest of your day, and we will see you in the next video.